Today, we're leveling, we're transplanting, and we're dealing with a whole lot of sawdust. But the biggest surprise, that came with fangs.
Now we've gotten probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of...
Wow, did you see that?
If you recall, whenever we started this property, there was a lot of fence that was buried under the ground. There was some fence that was above the ground as well. I kept this fence right here. The reason why is so I could attach it to the back of the zero turn here and drive around this property and try to level out the soil around here. So that's what I'm going to do with this. In the area over here where I just stump grinded, I'm going to take this fence attached to the zero turn and run it over this area here to see if we can flatten this out.
So many weed roots around this tree. No wonder the thing's about dying. Size of this piece of glass.
This has to be a shower glass or a window. It's gotta be a window because this is smooth and this is smooth. So that's not very far across. So this is probably a window that somebody had maybe in a door where nobody could see in.
collecting all our empty soil bags and are filling them with the sawdust from the grinder Casey used to ground from the trees. So far, we have 8 bags, and we will have more as we go that we can use for our garden area.
Now we've gotten probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of mulched up wood from here. Now this is these bags that we have. We also have 2 35-gallon bags that are filled up with the mulch that we've gotten from here, and we've got 2 30-gallon planters that we've filled almost about, maybe I would say 75% of the way filled up with the stuff that we have here. But I don't want any of it to go to waste, so we're going to use it for gardening. And I got the stumps grinded here, so I want to go ahead and get this covered up and see if we can smooth it out.
First, I'll level out this second area I've been working on with the rake. Then I'll come back with the zero-turn mower, which has a fence attached to help level out this area as well.
don't know what these plants are, but they sure look like spider plants. But not spider plants, but a spider. That's how their roots go. Like a spider.
I'm planning to create a rock arrangement in an area where I filled the surrounding space with black mulch around the trees. I aim for a look as if a flower pot has tipped over, spilling rocks onto the ground at the base of a tree. Let's see how this turns out.
Bees are flocking to my flowers. They are collecting nectar from the blooms. Using their straw-like tongues, they sip the sugary nectar, storing it in their honey sacs. As they move from flower to flower, pollen from the anthers, the male parts of the flowers, adheres to their bodies, particularly their legs and hairs. When the bee visits another flower, some of this pollen is transferred to the stigmas, the female parts, initiating pollination. This process is crucial for plants to produce seeds and reproduce.
I wanted to pop in here and say what was going on. We wasn't recording at the time, and I don't know if some kind of vibration of the zero turn had caused this to happen, but we were in the yard and all of a sudden from one side to the other this huge black snake just came across the yard. I know it was a garden snake, but I've never seen a snake look that big in my life for a garden snake. So you'll see the clip here after I get done talking. Did you see the size of that thing? Oh my goodness, I ain't never seen a black snake look that big. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. You think you know what you're getting into when you start a yard project until something like this pops up. Can't see its face. Oh, there it is. I thought it went under. Be careful.
We're here in Florida, and I'm gonna take and plant some potatoes into my pots and see how they do. I seen a video where somebody took the potatoes and planted them all the way down towards the bottom and let them grow out. And I have some that I've already started where I planted it down at the bottom and then started filling the dirt as it grew. So I can show you what that one's looking like compared to what the other one's going to look like. I want to see the difference on which one does better and which one might not. So I'm going to compare and see which one is better for us and how we should grow them. Here is the potatoes that I started, and I got it all the way to the top, and they're doing pretty good. They look pretty healthy. And then we have this one that we started, and we've only added one layer of dirt to it so far. This one was planted later than the others, and we're testing this theory against the other theory of just putting the dirt completely up to the top, well, close to the top, not all the way to the top, compared to ones that you just add layers of dirt to. Freddie. Here is Freddie. He's gonna be our garden dog. He wants to try to get under my feet. What you chasing, flies? Freddie. I've already got the compost mixed up. Let me go over here and I can show you what I've mixed it with. I have the black velvet mushroom compost and a little bit of the compost plus cow manure. And then I put some topsoil and some vermiculite and mix that all together for my compost soil for my potatoes. What you doing, Freddie? Is there anything in there? Find anything? I think you're smelling the cow manure. The little bit that's in there. Gonna fill it up about this full, and then stick the potatoes in there. When planting the potato, you want to make sure that you stick it straight up like this, where the eyes are up so that they can go up through the soil. And normally in a container this size, you only want to put 2 potatoes. That way they're not too close together and not too many will grow in there. Then we're going to take and fill this up. Just fill it up to the line right here. And keep it from falling over. And then when the potato comes up, you have room to add more dirt. Now we're going to add some water in it. Make sure it's nice and wet. Make sure it leaks down in. Then I'm going to take these and I'm going to move them over here beside the other ones that's in the sunlight, because potatoes need a lot of sunlight. You coming with me, Freddie? Here I have a label